We are live. Hey there, welcome back, guys. It's been a while. I think I just heard my kids. Hopefully, I don't have to cut the stream off. Let me just text them so that they know what's happening. Yeah, Dummy 13. I think we've figured it out. How many videos in the Dummy 13? But this time we've used PETG. So apparently you have to use two different kinds of filament if you want to print the Dummy 13. So without any further ado, let's get started. We have some parts down here that we printed in PETG, as suggested by the creator of the Dummy 13. And it seems to be working out pretty good if you ask me. And there were some settings. We still have the 3D print of the week coming, which will probably be tomorrow, as long as my kids go to school. Let's see. So as you can see, I'm just going to switch the camera so that you guys can see. And we have everything here. The translucent blue. I couldn't find more of the translucent blue. Apparently they, whatchamacallit, they're out of stock on Amazon, but the link is there, okay, for that ERYONE filament. So if you're interested in the filament, it's there, but this color apparently is out of stock. We have on the printer the remaining parts, which just printed. If you do print it, don't worry, I'll show you guys. If you do print it, you probably want to add a brim, because I came downstairs in the middle of the night to check on it, and the thing was just flying off the board. I'll show you that in a second here. I'll show you here. Hold on. Yeah, so that's the print that kind of turned into spaghetti. So sometimes the 3D lac will do justice and, you know, let everything work out just right for you, and other times a brim support will just, you know, put that really thin layer so it just sticks there the way it should have done when you spray it with your glue. I'm just going to throw this away. Hold on. And let me just send this. Oh, let's make sure we're live before we go live, because last thing we want is to lose our stream and be into our stream and knowing that we have nothing, you know. Oh, and it's private. Okay, we'll just go public and publish. Hate when that happens. See, and that's why we need to check our stream. We are live again. We're doing the Dummy 13. I'm just gonna save some of the settings, and I'll send this to my kids. Copy the link, and yeah, again, the parts you see here are printed in PETG. So you actually need to print the Dummy 13 in two different kinds of filament so you don't have to scale. The original Dummy 13 that we printed was printed in PLA, right? And with PLA, unfortunately, you have to scale it down. There's something about the just paste this here. Something about using two different types of filament creates the experience that's just right for you. So knowing that and moving forward, let me just quit this and just come here so that you guys can see on the camera. So I'm just going to sort these parts out right here before we start putting them together. A little rusty, even though I've built like 8 or 9 of these, right? But the rest will just come to you naturally. Knowing which parts go where. Hopefully, right, this does work the way it is supposed to. This is his torso, and these parts right here are the shins, like this, his feet, and then this is, I don't know which one that one is, to be honest with you. It's been a while, but it'll all come back to me. And then I forget what that one is. It's a little joint right there. These are his elbows. Hopefully it'll work. If it does, great. If not, we will try it again. There's another elbow joint, another hand, and then another foot jam. These are his feet. Just don't. We have one over here, so we can definitely. Interesting. I believe we're missing a part. Maybe it's here. Yeah, right there. Fell right in. We need 4 of those. This is his upper torso, which goes somewhere in between his parts. And then we have here. And we can choose which hand we want him to have. The hands are last, so I'm not worried about that. And I believe one more piece is missing. Or maybe not. Considering we put it together. So that will go here. This will go there. It's nice that we have this little magnetic thing here that we could, we got 4 of those. And we have these, another one of, interesting. Is that extra? Oh, I know one is for his neck, so you can't confuse the one for his neck and the one for his feet. Okay? And then we have this here, that's for his neck, which will probably be on another part. And then this one. Okay, and then we have here. And then we have, what's that one? See, this one's the part that confuses me. That one looks like, don't worry, we'll figure it out as we move along. Okay, that's his neck, arms, I think legs, I forget. And then we have here, and then we have 2 here identical. Neck, put the neck in the neck, neck and neck, get it? Neck and neck, I think that one, I think. That one, I'm not sure what that one is, but we'll figure it out. And then put his hands here. He also has a staff. So, on that note, here he is. I see. So we'll do an arm. And I think I like half. I like to leave one side of him like armored and the other side of him raw. Like kind of like this one right here. See? Yeah, we'll put him to, hopefully this will work. Hopefully we'll get it. Hopefully. I forgot. We're live. Live.
Are you ready to see your brand?
I gotta watch an ad. Okay, no one's here yet. So I'm just gonna do a pop-out chat. No one's probably here because the stream went private at first. It's public now. Let me just go here, close that, and then what we'll do is we'll do this. Make sure the stream here is set to public because by default it went private. And save. Now it should ping to everyone. Alexa, stop. Okay, knowing that, moving forward. Now I gotta get my phone so you guys can see how it printed. So you wanted to print with a brim, a little tiny, thin layer, because apparently there were just so many moving parts, and it's cold in here too. So even if you use an adhesive, right, that might work just right for you, it doesn't always work the way it does if the room is colder. So sometimes it won't be a printer. Well, it is a bit of the printer because you can increase the bed temperature, but in my case it was just so cold that nothing stuck to the board, so you need the brim. So depending on your room temperature or your adhesive, if you don't have any glue, use the brim. Okay, knowing that and moving forward, I'm just gonna push the phone so that you guys can see on here, as long as reflector works. And there it is in this window, and we'll just do this, and we will here, I'll let you guys see too. We're just going to flip the phone over and put the phone into force portrait. There we go. And then we'll just go here, and there, and then get rid of this, and then put our camera on so you could see how it printed. So you're going to lose me, but I mean the audio, but you'll be able to see how it printed. So these are the parts right here, as you can see. There's our dummy 13, but we want to see how the parts printed on the printer. Kind of neat, huh? So we got our, let me see, make sure that one is charging. Yep. As long as the camera's charging, you can still record. If it's not charging, you can live stream, but then it'll die out. All right, so we'll put this here, and then we'll just sort them out. Printed nice. This is nice. This is like a battleship gray. So here we are. Just gonna quit this. No need to keep mirroring. Take about 10 to 15 minutes to put the dummy 13 together, as long as it works. The parts look a little bit different, you know, because we managed to create an experience that might be just right for you. So what you can do is carefully take stuff out, just pull it, you know. Hopefully it'll, see, come right off. Not sure where I'm gonna put everything. I think I'll just take it as I need it. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do an arm first, right? See how that works out. Hopefully it lets me, you know, ideally. And don't worry, we still have our 3D print of, oh, actually, speaking of 3D print of the week, I have to print one part for tomorrow. See if it actually works. Hold on 1 second. This way you got, and I actually got assistance from the folks at the Cura, Ultimate Cura forum, because I was having an issue printing something, which was great, and they came up with a solution. And I believe if this prints, we have to thank Slashy the cow again. And I have some settings here I had to print out because it was all Chinese to me, literally. Let me go here, desktop, and I'll show you what I'm printing if it prints, and then go. But I'll share with you what Slashy the cow came up with his solution. Some of you it'll make sense, and for others I have no idea. I just did what was said. Here, let's see what we have here. If we go here, I'll show you guys. Remember, this is live. We go here, we open up I think Cura, multi-maker, and if we go here, and then if we go here, recent notifications, 21 hours ago, but I got it last night. So I didn't know there was a hidden feature inside of Cura to get paper thin layer to print, right? So, well, if it prints, it'll print something paper thin. And apparently there's a hidden settings in there inside of Cura. It's called slicing tolerance to inclusive. So if that works, and then, you know, we'll cover that in another video, because right now I am running some tests. But just for those of you who want to know what's happening behind the scenes, and it's an amazing. It's you know, it's that they have that. You know, like those guys, those moderators live to help you with your project. Of course, they, you know, they're not gonna hold your hand while doing it. They'll sort of like take you to the water, and you just have to know how to swim, you know, moving forward. So again, we're putting together one arm. I'm just getting the parts for his arm, and hopefully that'll work. I can't wait to see if this, and thankfully I know I've done this so many times, I know what parts make up an arm. Just need to make sure that it doesn't unravel. So, on that note, knowing hopefully it'll work. Alright, so we have, we'll just copy from here. We have this little part right here. What is that little ball part? Oh, right here. Interesting how there's only one though. Oh, the other one's here. So this actually goes on to his torso, which we're not going to do as of yet. Can we do the torso as of yet? No, we can't. But that's okay. We can still build the arm. So then this, right, goes here, like that. Well, we want to make sure that we have the round part out. So hopefully this should go in. I know, hopefully. If it doesn't, we'll just, yep. And it moves, okay, really well. And there's a lot of space in there too, which is actually great. And so now that this part, rounded part is facing out and the flat part facing that way, now we can try and find the other part where it goes into, which is right here, this particular joint. Hopefully it works. This part, I know we have to lean on something to get it to work its magic. Something hard. Last time I used the floor. Looks a little tight. Maybe. So I'm just going to push down on it on the floor, or you could use a surface like that we have here. Hopefully. Alright. I should be able to push down on this because it's hard. That worked to some extent. Yeah, I think so. This one requires a little bit of muscle, so you gotta kind of like press down on it. See? Did it. And then that flat part goes there. Alright, so now we have part of the arm, almost part, and then we have these little joints that we need, which are right here. I'm just going to make sure there's nothing underneath there. This is a joint right here. Well, sort of a joint. Part of his ligament, not a joint. So depending on how you're going to have his arm go, I have mine underneath like that. And this is the easy part because it's just this is just the frame, right? So ideally it'll just work. It's the other parts. We need the frame to go inside the armor, and that's going to be the true test to know if we can say goodbye to the days of having to scale it down, if that makes any sense. This doesn't matter which way. Well, it does because it's going this way to the joint, right? And then hopefully it'll just go right in. Yep, it went in. See? And then the only thing I regret, well, I probably have them in a cup, are a bunch of different hands, different color. Oh, you know what? Because I like for his hands to be different colors. So why don't we take a blue fist, if we have. Yeah, we do. And give him a yellow and give him a blue. Because the dummy, oh, if it fits too. Because remember, this one was scaled. Yeah, this is not going to fit. Because I believe this one is one something. Yeah, no, it's not going to fit. Different hands, because remember, one is scaled and one is not scaled. So on that note, we'll have to leave it as is, but this is not a, let's see, I need a right. Yeah, my fist, so you see. See, it goes in. And so voila. Kind of neat. We could do the armor. We could do like this part right here. It's a little, where is it? Oh, over there. I need to make sure it's the right part of the armor. I think this is for a leg. So See, and the brim helps keep everything together. See? And then what we'll do is we'll take this one here. I hope you guys had a nice weekend too. I was away. That's why I didn't do a Saturday Night Live Q&A show. Went away with another friend's family. It's interesting. I never really went away with other people before. It's like a holiday with friends. It's kind of interesting. So this, that's his joint. And then this goes in like that. Nice, there's a lot of spacing. I like the spacing is there, which we didn't have, we kind of got while scaling, if that makes any sense. But it looks like it, look, it's gonna go right in. And let's look at that. So again, the colorful parts are PETG and the gray is PLA. So apparently the Dummy 13 is designed to be printed in two colors. I mean, two different filaments. So you see we got one arm. Kind of neat, huh? Let me just make sure no one's chimed in here. And, nope, no one's here. That's fine. So now we got part of the arm. The true test is going to be that torso. I kid you not, because that's going to make or break the deal. It's going to tell us whether or not this Dummy 13 is yay or nay. So you know what I'm going to start doing? I think we'll do the torso next and then work our way into the rest of the body. Actually, let me just make sure we're still live though, even though my chat is there in front of me. Just want to go here. Yes, we are still live. I gotta watch a commercial. I gotta let it play. Oh, wait, someone's here. Oh, Brian Dunworth. I'm here. Just had oh, okay, good to see you, Brian. That's good that you're here, but for some reason, my chat is empty. Like I see here, I'll share with you here. Here. So you see you're here. Hold on. So you're here on the bottom right hand side. And if I go here on the chat window I opened up, now it's there, but it wasn't anything before. Good to see you. So I believe, Brian, we may have figured out the Dummy 13. So I have a couple of oops, I closed the chat. I have a couple of videos on the Dummy 13, and they're all in PLA. So if you print the Dummy 13 in one kind of filament, and looks like Slash of the Cow solution worked, you have to scale it. Each and every part has to be scaled. But it looks like, I'll have to write him back. Well, we'll make him part of the live experience. But if you use two different filaments, it looks like you can you don't have, there's no scaling. And that was my dream, to like print the Dummy 13 without having to scale each and every part. Now the only downside is that you know, when you're first starting out with 3D printing, you know, it's a lot of money, like 20 bucks for a whole filament thing. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because I need to see if this actually works. We just got one arm, and one arm does not. Which means that if you scale it at 150%, you do 150, well, let's just see. We'll wait and see. Before we had to scale everything down by points. And so the point system is already up there in the GitHub repository, which corresponds to this experience. No, the previous experience. Hopefully this experience will be better. But we won't know. I believe that's it for now. These two are just arms and thighs. All right. So if all goes according to plan, and that one's going to plan too. That's the, but I have to print it tonight in order to make sure everything works before I looks like a little bit as long as the parts fit in, we're fine. They have to fit though. If not, it just means that we'll be making this video again and scaling it. I'd have to, it's a 3-hour print. Hopefully not, you know. Alright, so then we have here, I just got to get the remnants off from the previous print. So that everything just works. Yeah. Put that here so you guys can hear me a little better. Nice. And then we have, oh, this is an old one. Don't mix up your parts. Okay. So the torso is a little bit tricky. I have another dummy 13 behind me. Okay, if I need to remember how it goes. Okay, so this I believe goes like that. See, like that? And I believe there's another part. See, I gotta get rid of the remember, it's gonna be a snug fit. Hopefully it'll work. And then I believe, no, that's his neck. I can't remember if it's, oh, it's probably the long one. Yeah, that's why you don't want to mix anything up. You really can't, you know, afford to mess it up. There we go. So that's like that, but then we have another part that goes across into his ball joint, like in between his legs. See right there? And then there's another piece that's similar, kind of like Barbie, if you ever had a sister and taken her Barbie apart. There's one for the neck. Don't confuse the one with the neck. Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, it's hard to tell, but just by looking at it, it looks like it may or may not fit. A little bit of a bummer, but we tried. But we have the Venomir 13 that works, the scaled version. So maybe I spoke too soon. Looks like this goes in like that. See? And then let it pop in. And then the flat part, leave the flat part down. It's tight fit, but this is his inner workings, you know? Wow, look at that. But we got to put it to the test. The true test is going to be when it goes into its parts. Where is his chassis belt? I think this is it. It's hard to tell. Yeah. So this goes one way, and then one goes another way. One's the back and one's the front, if that makes any sense. So the hole is his back. See the hole? Baby must got back. And then, see, the back. Except there's like some remnants there. But this is okay remnants because it's not binding into anything. But it looks like we might be in business. Considering, so this is a part you want to make sure you get right. Make sure this part, the flat part's down, or you know, as long as it moves and it doesn't hinder anything. This is the moment of truth right here. That's weird. I believe so. One's back and one's front, but I forget honestly, because it's only going to go in one. Oh, so yeah, it's only going to go in one way. So now we push it in. Hope, I don't know how those guys print. Oh yeah, there we go. The dummy 13 and like, see, and like, it did it. Wow. Sort of. No, it didn't do it. The back side is still not. Alright, so we'll just take that out. Spoke too soon. Let me think. One part went in. Oh, I see what the problem is. It's not straight. Watch your fingers with this, because you don't want to hurt yourself. Make sure one part is straight. Let me see how the other part goes in. No, it's flush. Yeah, it's got to be flush. And it's not going to work if all parts are not flush. Got it. Almost. Watch your fingers. Use something like, I don't know. And just double check between the front and the back. No, because there's only one way for it to go in. But I do see some remnants that's causing a little bit of a jam, because it's such a tight fit. And then you just pray it works, you know. And you do have your printer. Ideally, that would snap right in there. Yeah, but I see what the problem is. Yeah. I think that this bottom torso could be scaled up, but if you can get it finagled in the right position, you might be able to, you might be able to jam it in, but I don't see it going in because it's not wide enough. In between there. A little bit of a bummer. Let's see. Da-da-da. Nah, and if you've seen me put this together before, you know that it just goes in here, and I'll show you how it goes in. But I don't want to jam it in because so this part right here that I'm trying to jam in should go in like that. But this part is just too wide. I wonder if take them apart. No. Use a different one. Use the shorter one, maybe? See? Let's try the short one. Nah, you can't use the short one because look, it's not gonna. It needs to go all the way in there, and that's why we're using the long one. I thought maybe I could jerry rig it a bit. We'll try. We'll use the short one. Try the short one. And if you look, see, you hear it trying to squeeze its way in. Yeah, good try. It just won't do, and it doesn't matter which way this one is, left or right, it's fine. Alright, so now, remember the tushies in the back, there's a long side and a short side, and then what we do is push this in. See, and either way it's not going to work, even though there's room in there. Bummer. Nah, so it looks like the scaling. Maybe I'll just turn this into a Q&A. Someone might say that my printer needs to be tuned, but if you know me, we print a lot of stuff on here. We were able to print this Master Blaster semi-automatic gun that shoots out the PLA bullets, and the cartridge falls every time you fire. And we've had a lot of successful prints on here. So when you're printing stuff that prints really well, and then you get something like this, it's not your printer. You know, when you gotta finagle it and jam the crap, and this one is just too big. It's not at the right angle. Let me check the other one. We could take one guy apart. See, when he's scaled, he just works really well, you know. Can't mix up the parts because he's it's white on rice. One's white and yellow. Whoops, one's falling apart. Wow, amazing! I got it to print. See, yeah, and it's the one with the symbol in there, which is this one. Thought maybe I could try and jerry-rig it, but apparently not. All right, let's see if we can force it in. Bummer. Looks like the only Thummy 13 is me. I got too excited. See, that goes like that. And then, unfortunately, the whole thing would have to be scaled. Scaled to fit appropriately, unless get them at the right angle, and then somehow push it in. Damn it. Oh yeah, that worked. What do you know? Like if I held it in the middle a certain way, could always glue it. No, see it, then it pops back out. Yeah, could always glue them, but it did go in. Might just have to glue it. Well, let's see how the rest of it goes. See, because you should be able to move him. Hear that? Alright, so let's try and see and finagle it. We got it in. Well, sort of. And so then what happens is, hopefully, right? It should be. See that part. So this is the 13 is his front torso, and then we have this part which goes here, his pelvis. And remember, the longer side of this goes in the front if it lets you, and then this part goes in. Hold on. supposed to go. How strange. See, this is supposed to go here. Push that in. That's so weird. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's the good dummy 13. Leave the good dummy 13 intact. I was like, wow, it's so hard to take apart. See, that part is supposed to go in there. And then another part goes in there, which would have been this one. So then we take our long piece. And hopefully this will hold there. Make sure there isn't another one. Right. And then you push this like that. And then this one goes in there. Hopefully it'll let you. Oops. And then the other piece pushes in, pushes out and comes in. So then this, see, goes like that. And then the other piece, except, yeah, that is the front. Yeah. Almost goes like this. The long side is the front side, okay? And if it lets you, no, it won't, see? It won't go in. And that's the longest one. A little bit of a bummer. Because if we take this one apart, and take that apart, yeah, see? It just goes in like that. And then we take that apart, just do it backwards. Da, 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 da. Try and push it in and try and push it out, but it won't. I think I printed two of those torso parts because one didn't work. So as you can see, it's supposed to go in, right, and then push itself out. But as you can see, it's like jammed in there. And then this one, see, it's not even holding. A little bit of a bummer. Unless, you know what, we switch them. Watch your hands. Use the flat surface in. See, that would be, this is the right length, because as you can see, it just goes right in there. Yeah, but and this one doesn't really. Got it out, but unfortunately it won't go in. Yeah, that's the one. Nice. least I still got that touch. All right, so we'll see if we can do the upper body part and then work our way around it. All right. So for the upper body, the 13 is in the front. This is the inner torso, and then one part is the joints. Of course, are his shoulders. So you know you can't put them in, but I see even this part. This isn't going in. A little bit of a bummer. Let's see if we can finagle it. So this is here. Remember the holes go in the back. The back is this hole in the back. See? No. Bummer. Yeah. Bummer. It's not working. See? Yeah, it's not working. The torso is not working its magic, unfortunately. And that's all here. Upper body. Upper blow. Yeah. At least we could probably build the skeleton though. You probably have to scale this up some. A little bit of a bummer. See, that doesn't go in there. This does not go in here. This basically clips in. But you can't lock the body in, right? Without. See, this would go like this. And then this part would pop right in. Looks like we have an exoskeleton, but that's about it. Bummer. Alright, so we tried. See, it's supposed to pop right out of there. No, dummy 13 didn't work out for 2025. We still got to scale them. I wonder if... Yeah, this won't even fit through the hole. Man, it sucks. Wow. See, it won't even jam in there, and that's how it's supposed to go, but it's not. It doesn't want to. If I can just somehow, I don't want to break it though, and then have it pop. Maybe. But then even if I got that right, I still have to get that through there. But it won't go through without breaking it. Maybe. It's squeezing through. You gotta watch your fingers too. It hurts when you do it. Literally. Got some in there. Okay. Even though we jam it in there. Can't wait to see how the other stuff works though. Let's see how much room he's got in here. No, that's supposed to come. Yeah, I guess we'll just make it work, right? And then we have his head joint, which is right here. The things on the neck go back so that you can put his neck brace on or something like that. Oh man. Got it. So hard though. His neck is going to be stiff neck robot because. And where's his neck brace? Thing for his neck. He has like a neck collar. Bum, bum. Oh, here it is, right here. It should have like a hole in it, a little brace thingy. I just don't see it. This is for his head. So actually, I'm going to spin this around if it lets us. Yep, spin it around so that brace thing is in the back. And then this, where is that part? There's a part miss. Oh, it might be still on this part here. Here it is. Those little, yeah. So we're getting it put together. I would probably make another video of this. I want to experiment and see if scaling it up 105 maybe. So curve size goes down. We are having a little bit of better luck. No, I spoke too soon. No, we're not having better luck. This piece should go in there. Yeah. All right, we are having a little bit of better luck compared to our first print with the dummy 13. When we had to scale parts, I'm guessing that if this is at 100%, maybe do the armor right at 105. I don't know, we'll have to see. I will definitely try this again. See? And that goes here, and then his head goes right there. It was a funny, someone did a YouTube spoof on the Power Rangers, and they took forever to morph. And then the villain, you know, the boss was like, I had enough, I gotta go. And then he just opens up his portal and leaves. It's pretty much, it's like, really? How long does it take to morph? So then this, you want to make sure is correct, but if it's not, just spin it around. See? And then you could either glue the head on, or as you can see, may need to be glued on. If it doesn't slide in, and you can tell by the size of the hole whether or not, if it needs to be glued or not. It should just snap right in, and if it doesn't, it means that this is bigger than that. So you would have to scale the body armor, right, so that it'll just work right. And there's only one way to slide the head in. It only goes into one hole, one way. So it's a little bit of a bummer, but anything, if you put the head on backwards, it won't go on backwards because the hole won't let you. It slides in flat. But as you can see, it's not going to work anyway because, see, there we go. We got part of him finagled. See, and it's in there. And if it doesn't slide in all the way, just use glue and glue them. So the C doesn't have to be glued. So we got one arm that we had already done. I'm going to say 105 if you use PETG. 105 might do justice. See? Look at that. It's kind of cool. Except, you know, wasn't as, it's tight, a little tight, but doesn't require scaling down too much. And then you see this goes in there, right? And if you're lucky, nothing falls off. If you're lucky, the parts will just blend right in, but as you can see, we had trouble with that earlier. So we might have to do, oops, like a dummy 13 without the full torso. See, that goes there like that. And then we use the longest one, right, for the reach, but the reason why it won't go in. You gotta watch this. You could, like, I saw some picture on the 3D printing for beginners and pros. Some guy was in the emergency room because he you know, this stuff is sharp plastic, and as you can see, I can see why they may have printed this, or even me, I may have printed that one in a double. See, that one's supposed to go into here and there like that, and then pop right in. But in order for it to pop in, this one has to pop out. So that's the only problem. So what we can do is we can take this out, because that'll come out, and then pray, right? Because it's tight in the joint. And when we push this in, there, voila, we get what we need. So the torso, so these bobby pins will go right where they're supposed to go. Bobby pants. Yes, like I was saying, if you look on the forum, one of the guys was sharing his wounds. I would never do that. Like, if I wound up in the emergency room, that's just not my thing. And take a selfie and like, yo, check it out. Nah, I just can't. And now it should, like 911 dispatch. Hold on one second. I just need to put it into camera mode. Oh wow, Brian, your videos help me relax and are a perfect combo of knowledge and entertainment. That's good to know. Corrupt FPV. Oh, I remember Corrupt FPV. They was there last time. I'm not even totally sure what hobby he's participating in. I subscribed to the channel after being teased by a drone flight video, so I come by for the drone content. Ah, yes, we do have more drone content coming up. We do a little bit of everything. We do drone, 3D printing, tech stuff, anything I have issues with, I usually post a video for. We have more drone stuff. We have, finally, it took a month for this to come. Here, I'll let you guys see. The 04 air unit. We did one on the Pro. Now we have the 04. This one will be next week, because this week started for me yesterday. So finally, it took 1 month for this to come because there was a delay. So we're going to 3D print the part and then put it onto the Pavo 20, which should be interesting. So we do drone stuff too. If there's a new Avata, I have my eye out for a new Avata. A lot of, I love those particular drones, but they're hit or miss, depending on. We still have the, what do you call it? We still have the, it's still in the box, the Neo. I'm not crazy about the Neo, to be honest with you. It's a liability. I crashed the Neo, but not because, if you saw that video, not because of pilot error. It flew away. Did a like literally just flew away after hitting the ground. It just got a mind of its own. And then DJI sent me a new one. And it's still in the box. I'm like, wait. And then people are still having flyaways with their Neo. I'm like, what? So that drone is more of a liability. Actually, I should put that drone, put it on the Facebook Marketplace so I can get rid of it and use that money for the new Avata, if there is a new Avata. But if there isn't a new Avata, if I sell the Neo, I'll definitely have enough money for whatever they're going to be launching tomorrow. If you go to the DJI website, they will be launching something new and improved. What? I don't know. I'm guessing maybe a 360 camera. That should be interesting. But I don't know. So I will definitely be doing stuff. You know, it's a lot of tech stuff. There's basically tech. If you've been watching the channel, I started a content redirect before the drone ban and before the tariffs took place. And plus, you can only fly so many drones. Even though I've built quite a few of them, I just, you know, I got old. That's why I stopped the drone stuff for a little bit, because I got all droned out. I just couldn't do it anymore. But I love it. I love the build your own drone series. We built our own Pavo. We did the Pavo Pico series, which was phenomenal, which was great. So you guys can take a look at that content if you like. If you want to build a drone, we did that. And then the fellow who did the STL file for the other drone shared that with us. And so we have that video, or that video series, which was kind of interesting. Yeah, so this one is not working. I might have to leave him without underwear. As you can see, it's just not. So yeah, you know, we have that coming up. We have some other 3D prints coming up. 3D print of the week. This new, thanks to Slashy the cow. Again, it printed. We've got a wing printed to another build that we're going to build, which is really cool. If I can get this one in there, that would just be awesome without glue. Might have to print. Yeah, see, it's just too short. And on the original one, which is here, it is longer out. Yeah, I might just print an extra one. But which means we'll have to take this apart. See how this one's really short? And we swapped it because the other one was too short in there. Because that worked well for here, in there. But what we can do is, let's see how this would go in. Watch your fingers. Could always use olive oil. See? It goes in. So we'll leave them like that for now. And then I'll print the other part. This one, I think if we do a longer one on the inner side, we'll be alright. But even before you do that, right, it's not going to work because this one has to go in between there. Another one. And it didn't come out. It came out a little bit, but not a lot. Come on, you got this. So you got to be careful because I'm not going to the emergency room. See, this one goes like here and there, but it's not going to work because, as you can see, it's just too tight. You know, it's a little bit of a bummer. It's just too tight. So even if I got this one in there, right? Hopefully. If you can't get it out, you just use a pliers. See, and that's supposed to come in there. And then it's supposed to squeeze in there. And then this is supposed to pop in there like that. and then the other one goes underneath. Good try. You know? And hence why we have the dummy 13. So I'm just going to push it in reverse because it's just too tight. But if I print a longer one, it will definitely go through. So we're just going to jerry rig the 13. See how we can put it together. See, it's just so tight, which was why in my video we scaled them. We'll just put the rest of him together really quick. See how tight that is? And it's because it's armor. His armor's too tight. And you can't do one side without doing the other. Da, da, da. Man, that's really tight. And to the point where it's like, we'll get him in there. You know what? Let me get the olive oil. Not olive oil. What do I have? I have something slippery. Yeah, I'll use the olive oil. Olive oil. See, now I just need a. Well, thought I had one around here somewhere. Oops. So then we'll just put a little bit of olive oil, and that should do the trick. Sort of. And maybe a napkin. Got it. Man, that hurt. But no ER. No ER. So I'm gonna guess scale up next time. We'll see how it works out. Anyway, this should speed things up because now moving forward, this torso's in and all that other fun stuff. So now we can just piece them together with some sort of exoskeleton. See, that goes like that. And now we're on the roll. Now we'll just put them back together. Everything's lubed with olive oil. And then we'll put his head back on. Where's his head? See? This is how it should be. As easy as 1, 2. You should be able to just... Oh, no, Mark and Bay, hey! Yeah, you didn't get a notification because I'm not sure. I have to fix that. Maybe I'm shadow banned. I'm going to use a key next time. Next time I stream, so that you guys will just get pinged. So you see, now it's just a matter of putting them together as easy as 1, 2, 3. We'll put this one back together since he's... We're doing the dummy 13. I thought maybe the dummy experience was going to be great, but as you can see, not quite. And these are his legs. See, go there, go there, and then can see it's not, because this one is the broken one. We have one Demi 13 that didn't work out so good. But we can put him back. See, it's just two. It's fine. We'll fix him later. You had your moment, and we'll put this guy back up there. Yeah, I know. Trust me. It's a glitch with YouTube. I have to. I think when I stream again, I'm gonna do streaming from a key instead of streaming from Manycam. But that's okay. You're here now, which is great. I'm glad to see you, Markabe. Markabe does some 3D live printing too. You should check out his channel. Printing some cool stuff. Whoops. At least this was here in all my videos. Oh, I see what the problem is. His arm. There. Voila. Alright, so this will be as easy as 1, 2, 3. After we build the torso. Da, 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 da. And we'll go here. See? That goes there. This goes here. See? Once you have them put together. Except for that part, but see? Spam, hate that. And then that'll get glued because that's just naturally, see, gonna fall apart. All right, and this one isn't gonna fit because, as you saw, it just wouldn't go in. So we will build our dummy. We'll do his arms. Do his other arm, 1 arm, 2 arm, and then we have right now that part goes like that, and then Lou, any live 3D prints or drone? Yes, tomorrow we have a live 3D print, as long as I can get it working. I reached out to the folks at Ultimate Cura. I was having issues printing something. My print turned out like this. See that? Looks like a little antenna, but it's not. And thanks to the folks at the Ultimate Cura, they provided a solution that works out just right for you. So we have an experience. There's another part in Cura I didn't know about. I'm not sure if you know about this part, Mark Bay. Let me see if I can open it up and find it. I'll open up the show notes that they sent to me. And I'm not, because I know Mark Bay uses a different slicer. And that's weird. Let me go into my documents and find it. Download documents. Here we go. So apparently there's another part of Cura I didn't know about. In here, if you look, it's called where is it? Oh, experimental. Try setting experimental settings, slicing tolerance. There's a slicing tolerance and experimental settings inside of Cura, which I had to activate to get my print to print. I'll show you in a second. So if you go inside of Cura, right, and then inside the settings, if you go here, I'll move it over so that you guys can see. And if you go into settings, I think configuration settings, and then you type in experimental. Yeah, right there, experimental. Mine's already activated. Hold on, is that it? General settings. I guess it's not activated now. It should be in there though. Custom selection, maybe advanced. Yeah, Cura. Hold on one second. Let me find it because I have to activate it again. And I may have activated it in EXPER experimental. Yeah, there it is. Huh, interesting. Now the experimental setting's not there. Ah, maybe it's not there because I need to bring something in. Hold on one second. Standard quality. Infill. Infill's at 100%. Speed, support, experimental. Yeah, so this is it here. Experimental. Dual extrusion. Huh. Interesting. Let me bring something in and see if it will activate it. Recent files. Let's do here the tail. And then click here. Build plate adhesion. And then we'll go here. This one doesn't need brim supports though. But in the experimental settings. Huh. One moment, please. And go here. Let me open up Word again. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Try setting experimental slicing tolerance. Okay, slicing. So yeah, it should be here. So let's see, slicing. Huh, now it shows up. It's so weird. Here, I'll show you guys. So in Cura, there's another, see, I was doing experimental, but it didn't show up. Inclusive. So experimental setting has to be activated. As you can see, it's not easy to find. And then experimental gets set to inclusive. And once the experimental setting is set to inclusive, why, I don't know. Then you get your masterpiece. Check it out. Because the layer is so paper thin, right? It's so thin that it won't print. Cura won't slice it. So apparently there are some experimental settings in there that even the moderators don't want you to know about it unless you ask, which is kind of cool. And so this, if all goes well, according to plan, this will be the 3D print of the week. But I still have to, as you can see, I'm still working it, tweaking it. So I'll be up burning the midnight oil. But it looks like, as you can see, even this part here, the experimental part, looks like it wasn't activated. Oh, the experimental part looks like it wasn't activated unless, you know, I do it from there. But it should have been, where did he say to go? He said to go try setting experimental slice. And the experimental slicing is not there. You actually have to go into the back door and add it, you know, unfortunately. So let's see what we have here. Configure. See, preferences, configure Cura. See, now it's not working. So my Cura is open source, so see, I should be able to configure Cura, but it's not letting me. So I'll quit it. Open it again. And go back here. See, preferences, configure Cura. See, now it pops up. Well, I don't know. Then I can type in experimental. See, it's there because I just added it, right? But it's so weird. Like, even what if I want to take it out, right? What if I want to do a video and show people how to add it, right? Manage settings. That stays the way it does, though. Extension. So yeah, it's a little bit of a bummer in that sense because it glitched out, and now I, see, I hit where are my preferences? Come on, Cura. See, but if I go here, go back into standard, and then, of course, go here, experimental, it should show up, right? EXP. Nope. See, and there it is down there. But you see, now it's not. Now when I go here, it's not working. Unless, right, you type in, what is it called? Slicing tolerance. So the app is a little glitchy. Slicing, which shows up in experimental, right? And then, nope, there it is. And now it's there. So that's like, when that happens, we're like, welcome back to everything like glitches, because this shit should not be like that. But if you want to remove it, unfortunately you can't. Anyway, that should be set to inclusive, and then you'll be able to print your wings, in case you're wondering what the next 3D print is. So that's just a clue. And a little bit of a bummer. I don't find that is not, yeah. Settings, printer. See, I can't even access the printer settings. You're killing me. That's fine. See, it's only going to show up if I quit. So I have to quit. Don't quit. Never give up. And then if I go here, open it again. And yeah, Cura is, I have to do a force quit now. Clear went glitchy. So we'll just put them back together. On that note, all right. So we got that. We did one of the arms. We go here. We go here. Find his little, this part here. And now we have here. Flat part goes in, and then once the flat part goes, you're going to need a surface for this. And hopefully it doesn't pop. If it does, just print another one. Oops. And then we'll flip this over. Flat part goes in. Flat part goes out. Goes in, sorry. And then you stand up. And you, this part printed really nice. See? And then it just goes in. And then we have another part for his arm. And do the same thing with that. Goes in. So that part printed pretty good. Fair. And then what we'll do is we will put his joints in like that. Cura finally quit. Oh, you can't see. So then we put his joint in like that. If it lets us, see? And then we do the same thing, rinse and repeat for the other parts. Nice, this part went in really well. I like that. You could, maybe I think we can do one side with a, arm experience. See, put this like this. The arm, it should be easy. Got a little bit of stragglers on here though. If it lets us. Only if it lets us. A little bit of a bummer if it doesn't fit. but this goes in like this, see? And then if you're lucky, you could always put that in like that. And then push that in, see? And then, need a hand, a right hand. And then, might need some more olive oil. Damn, wow. There, voila. All right, and then we could probably put a little bit of the armor thing on the side. Like that. Make him like a robot. Almost done. This part's easy. The hardest part is the lower parts, which, as you saw, doesn't matter. You know, just didn't have luck. And then now we have this part. And then we need to find this part. See, like this. There we go again. Get them in there. Watch your fingers. You don't want to wind up in the ER. Creating selfies from the emergency room. See? I'm the robot. I'm almost there. See? It's going to be a little bit of a botched robot. These are his hips. Oh, this would be a true test too if his shins go in. That would be awesome, because then we can get like somewhat of the full experience. So these go in here. These are, if we're lucky, right? See, these are his legs, his little upper thighs, and then this goes in like this, if it lets you. There's only one way for it to go in, see? And then you push him through. But remember, his joints, or her joints, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, nope, that's going to cause a jam, but that's how it should be. And no, it's not going to work. We have a full video on how to do the dummy 13. I just thought I got lucky because I thought, hey, PETG, here, we'll put this part together. We'll put a leggings, and we got one here. Looks like I might have to stand up again because this part gets done standing up. These are the joints. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, so it looks like might have to fine tune the printer. You shouldn't have to fine tune the printer. If you could print a semi-automatic, right, and that'll 3D print a toy gun where the semi-automatic just drops the cartridge as you're firing. You don't need to fine tune your printer. It's the STL file or your slicer. I'll show you that one in a second. So you see that's here, and then unfortunately we might be able to do one of the other shins though. Hold on, let's see. Maybe, I don't know. Part of this one should fit because it's a shorter one if we're lucky. So what happens is this goes in there, and then if you pull the leg off from his joint, the shin should just push right through. No. Looks like we may just have to. This is his calf. Oh, maybe. Yeah. What do you know? Get half robot. And then if we can finagle it, right? So that the joints go like that. Maybe. I spoke too soon. See, if I can somehow push that up and then push this out and then push him back down. Because remember, you gotta get, you need to get his feet in. And if you can't get his feet in, then you're not, you know, and his leg is backwards, so I'll show you. It should go like that. See, pop, but pop the wrong way. I can somehow push it up, push this in, see, and then push him down. But that's where his kneecaps go. But the kneecaps aren't going to work because you can't get his feet in. Get your feet in for jam. And then in this, let me see if I can get one of his calves in though. So this is the part for the calf, for his feet. Where do the feet go? Okay, long side on the outside. Okay, so the long side goes on the outside, which would make this no, it's not going to work. See, it's just not. Bummer. Yeah. Bummer. And so like this would go like this. If you can. Remember, it's like so hard to put this baby together. Wow, look at that. Damn. Olive oil. Actually, before we do the olive oil, let's just take this leg apart. Yeah, it definitely needs scaling, unfortunately. So we'll just take this leg apart and leave him in his skinny jeans. A little bit of a bummer. And then we'll just put the leg back together. Don't get caught with your pants down. Otherwise you'll be like a dummy 13. See? And then now, if we can see legs move, but they're really tight. And then this part, which goes up tall side out, and then the hardest part will probably be finagling that in. And then you take a foot. At least his foot got some armor. Where are his feet? Oh, the feet are the hardest part. The feet are really hard. Oh yeah, we could do this. We can do like a little hip. Give him a little armor on his hip. Since we can't get the other part going. Because, see? A little bit. Because it just needs to be scaled, unfortunately. This would go into there. See if this one will jam in there. And if you have to jam them in, then it's just not working. If I jam that in, I may not be able to get it out. See, I'm not supposed to fit in there. Maybe we could do at least one. Yeah, jam one leg in there. Careful though, you don't want to wind up in the emergency room. This one could use a little bit more weight. Whew. Howdy, Ken. How are you? It's been a while since we've actually flown. Can't wait to fly. Today was actually a great day for flying. Ken flies. Ken's usually spotting when I'm spotting for him too when we fly FPV. So that's another reason why I haven't done FPV, because I think I'll just break one of these off. The weather hasn't been optimal. We got snow, we got rain, we got sleet, and then TFRs and all that other fun stuff that comes with it. Except only one more month away, right? Ken, how have you been? So I'm just gonna break this part off so I can get the leg on, because as you can see, it's not working. Send it to voicemail. Remember, no calls, no talking when we're on a live show. See, and then this, if it lets us, if we are lucky, it'll let us. No. See, that's how tight it is. So it definitely, oh yeah, there we go. Definitely needs some scaling. So we got one leg in. And we can spin this around, because remember, tall side up. And then now, yeah, he'll have like one shoe. He'll be like the Hobo 13. I don't know. You know. Got no clothes. Very good stuff. I did practice flight today. Yeah, Ken's gotten pretty good. He's flying around his house and everything. Like, Ken's ready to basically come back to the park and fly his drone off into the, like, literally get a legitimate spot. And I'll do like you did. I will hide so that you can get some good footage. Because you know, you don't really want to be in your footage. This is the hardest part. Literally. Here we are. And then this part, if all goes well, this should fit right in. His feet should go. Nah. Bummer. Like, the feet should just go where the feet go without having to finagle them in. But as you can see, it just needs scaling, unfortunately. And it doesn't matter if it's left foot or right foot. But he got part of it. I'll send it. Yeah, send it to me. Send it. Can't wait to see your fly. Because in the beginning, Ken was flying. He was just going up and then down, up, and you know, like, I think every new guy and girl does that, up and down, up and down, up and down, and then eventually you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna see how far I can go. Oh my god, nobody's watching. You know. And then he just, like, we did it. You know, it's everyone always gets nervous in the beginning, to be honest with you. See, yeah, this would be a nice color though, literally, if it printed. You know, it will require some scaling, but not bad at all. I think I'm gonna do one if I can get that leg out. Just one regular. It's a bummer though. Lou, when was the last time you flew your Avata 2? Mine was last summer, like 6 months. Yeah, mine was, gosh. Last time I flew my Avata 2 was with Ken. No, last time I flew my Avata 2 was probably a month ago. What about you guys? That's a long time though. Wait, so what are you flying now? Or are you just doing printing, Markabe? Yeah, it's a long time. I could see how you could get caught up with stuff and then stop flying, you know? You know, and when you get it out of your system, you just, you know, you're not flying like you used to. I could see that. You know, the weather, you just get all droned out, right? Like, I'm done. Like, I just can only fly so much. You know, you get your fix and then you no longer need a fix, you know. But I'm looking forward to flying again. And then everyone got deterred with the TFRs, the drones in New Jersey. You know, people were walking up to me in my yard when they saw me, and I didn't want to drag attention. Before I could fly at, I still fly now. We still have Friday night flights. Before I would fly, like at 8 and 9 o'clock, people would just walk past, like, it's just. And now, if I do it at 8 or 9 o'clock, people stop and they like chat me up, like, oh wow, is that a drone? Like, no, they're Oreo cookies. You know, like, yeah, it's a drone. You know, so you just talk with them. And one guy knows a lot. One guy knows more than me, and he doesn't even fly. It's kind of interesting. And you know, and I don't want to drag attention to myself, which is why the Friday night flights is later. And then that one night I did Friday night flights, and I think the cop car parked in front of the house. I don't know if that's because they thought they saw on a porch. They saw me on the porch. You know, dark guy. Imagine a dark guy on your porch at night. Yeah. And so, you know, but then they drove away. I don't know, you guys remember that night. And so, you know, everyone was a target during that time. But then the channel, we go from 3D printing, we go to drone stuff, we do tech stuff, we do everything. You know, we have you know, we're not just drones. You know, it's other stuff too. I have in the video. Oh wow, I wonder if this will go in. Coming out that will show you about pens, Mont Blanc pens. So, but I like the tech stuff. Yeah. So as you can see, we didn't get too lucky with the dummy 13, except we might be able to work his arm a little bit. Maybe put one on this side. Yeah, this dummy. Yeah, well, let's try that one. This goes on the shoulder, so I'll remove his arm. Affix! Oh my god. We have 3D printing on this channel because of Affix. Affix told us about 3D printing. We were doing drone stuff. That's how the channel started off. And then Affix told us about the Ender 3 S1 Pro. And I Googled it. I was like, wow, the printer was only like $250. Forget what it was. It was on sale at the time. I thought you needed a Hollywood budget to do 3D printing, because in the beginning it was thousands of dollars. And then I was like, what? And then now we have 3D printing. Not thanks to me, thanks to Affix, who's all the way out in California. Yeah, and then we took the channel into another direction. We went from drones to 3D printing, and then other tech issues that people have. See, this one went in. And yeah, thanks to Affix. I love it. And Affix says, hello, just swinging by. How hard is PETG to get off? Oh, I let it sit on the bed, and it just came right off. No need for glue. No. I needed glue because depending on the temperature, I had to use the adhesive, the 3D lac spray, because it wasn't sticking. I was like, wait, what happened? And then because it turned into spaghetti, and I was like, maybe try leveling the bed. And the bed didn't need to be leveled. Apparently, if the temperature is not right in the room, the PETG won't stick to the board. And I had to use the 3D lac. I think I'm not sure if you use that. Some people use glue, but the 3D lac smells like hairspray. It smells like Aquaphor or some stuff. This is a 3D lac. The other issue I had with the PETG was that if you print it in dynamic, it breaks, it's brittle. And if you print it in standard, it's stronger and it doesn't break, it doesn't fall apart, which was really weird. And so that was the only issue I had with PETG. And hold on one second. Someone just texted me. Yeah, so that was the only issue I have. Yeah, it's been a while. Oh, you don't have it in? No, I don't have an enclosure. No, that's the other thing. I don't have an enclosure, but if you have an enclosure, the temperature would be ideal for your 3D print, and so you don't have to worry about an adhesive putting it on there. The only problem I have is I have so much shit plugged in here is that when I have a heater there, I have to run an extension cord. If the heater goes on for too long, the power goes out down here. So I have to flip the switch. So that's the only downside to so you need to have your temperature right in your printing room. So not every time the stuff doesn't stick to the board, it's you or your printer. It could be the temperature, it could be the filament. And that's what happened with the filament affix. The room got so cold that shit started flying off the board. Like usually it would stick, but no, the temperature wasn't right in here. That well, now it is. Now it's no, now it's fair. I think if I want to finish printing that next thing, I'm gonna have to turn on the furnace so that stuff will stick. But yeah, looks like we're almost done with the 3013. We got a foot, and then that's it. Happy feet. Be back another time, Afix. That's fine, but it's nice to know you're still around and things are good. Afix was one of our first viewers / subscribers on the channel, and then sometimes you outgrow the channel and you move on to other things and other ventures. But yeah, he was here in the beginning, day one, when we were blowing shit up, and then he stops in every now and again. But now we have Mark Bay, who's here a lot. We have Midnight Off-Road Runner. He'll probably be here, but actually it's early for him because usually I stream later. And Mark Bay, by request, who's in London, and Afix usually shows up late too. He's because of different time difference in California. Mark Bay had requested doing an earlier show too because we have some audiences abroad, meaning overseas. So he's in another time zone, and not everyone wants that late show. So we'll be doing some shows during the week too. That will be earlier for the folks that are abroad, meaning overseas, so that they too can enjoy the show, because the live show is great, but some people like the live show because they want to take part in the audience participation, and so some people will watch the live show afterwards, but it's no fun, because when you're live, you're like everyone wants to participate, see what you're up to, have questions. PETG is stronger than PLA, but from my experience tends to clog the nozzle if your temps are not hot enough. You need to play around with temps. No, I don't play around with the temps. I'll show you what I do. At least for me. Yeah, and there he is. He's alright. Looks like a hurt robot. And I just use Cura. Cura sets everything for you. It sets it here, I'll show you. If we can open up a project in Cura and go here. Go here. Yeah, this one's alright. I'm not crazy about it. It looks like we'll have to scale him. But I'm guessing 105. Well, no. Well, not even 105 because the joints, we had trouble putting the joints in too. Look at that. I am incomplete, man. Oh, here, wait, hold on. I'll let you see that really quick. See? Somewhat scalable, but not really scalable because, oh, maybe we'll put him here. And you're like, what's that over there? Only a few of you will know who this guy is and how he came to be. But everything you see in this room, oh, and yeah, you guys came up with the name, the Room of Creations. Everything you see in here, there was a video for, believe it or not. So they're not just props; they were all videos, believe it or not, or soon to be a video. So on that note, I can figure out how to put this guy on there, and yeah, that's not bad. So then, now we have him there. Let's see. See? Maybe I'll use some double-sided tape. It does look kind of cool. Anyway, hold on a second. Let's go back here. So yeah, if I do PETG, I just click here, and I go to use the brand that I'm using, and then if I can find it, let's see, generic, extruder. What is on here? Generic. Oh, here it is right there. And then I just choose PETG. See? And it sets the temperature for you. Build plate adhesion type, silicone tolerant, that's fine. And then keep changes. And then now, see? It's there, but if I go here, if it lets me, of course, because remember it didn't let me do it before. Settings. Printer. And then you go to machine settings. Hold on. See, it's not doing it. Hold on. Anyway, it sets the temperature for you. Let's see if we have here. Standard quality. PETG. Well, I'm going to close it and then open it again. If it lets me. Force quit. See, it like crashes sometimes. But anyway, in Cura, aside from it crashing and not crashing and working and not working, it sets the temperature for the filament. So at least it's able to do that without glitching out. But a lot of the other stuff, you know, a lot of the other features doesn't really do it that way. So anyway, that's why I do that. I let Cura do it for me, and the only time I had an issue was if the room temperature was not right. And then, oh, got it. Okay. Let me load it again. See, oh, there we go. So now if I open it, so that's the only glitch with Cura. Like, as you can see, I gotta open it, close it again, open it, close it, open it, close it, and then now, as you can see, it's opening, but we don't have our little splash screen thingy. Hold on. See, it crashed. So we'll just let it do its magic. Let's see, PETG. Remember when your night flights went viral? Yeah, my night flight went viral. I got 500 subscribers in one night from doing when the Jersey droners were, you know, went viral, you know, like literally, and it got like almost like 30,000 or 60,000 views. And then, and I got nervous. I was like, oh shit, because a lot of people like, should he be doing that? I'm going to report you. And then I think it was Markaby or who was the other Midnight Off-Road Runner was saying he's legal, he can fly. And they were like, oh, should he have those lights on there? Should those strobes be flashing like that? Like, there were people that wanted to report me. There were people like, oh wow, that's cool. I could see that every night. And then, so I was like, uh-oh. So I got nervous. I was like, yeah, this is like the good viral or the bad viral where like the agents will come knocking on your door and be like, hello, sir, were you flying that night? Well, thankfully I am legal, but, they would still have to investigate, and that's why I always just go this way and that way. But, to the extent where there's always like some Karen, Karen that wants to, someone that doesn't like what you're doing, jealous, right? So, I'm not worried about it. Let's see, configuration. And then if we go to printers, and then if we go material, see? And so it already sets the temperatures for you. So when I click on PETG, right here, it does all that. Like it set, you go into your print settings, see? The temperature for PETG, in case you can see, hopefully this doesn't crash it out. Whoops. Cursor Pro. And then now it'll show up. Enable. See, it already sets it. It sets my PETG temperature for me in the Cura slicer. And then the only issue I have is, as you can see, is going in and out of the settings. So if I want to try it again, hopefully it'll let me. Yeah, it did. It worked. See? And materials. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't. Then you print settings. See? And then the build plate temperature. Build plate temperature, it depends on the room. But I don't know, I don't want to mess things up. So I just leave it as is, and I just try to make the room right. Use an adhesive or use a brim. A brim works well. And then, hold on, what did he say? Let me close this. Remember that. That was crazy times with New Jersey siding. It's kind of crazy how those sidings say, yeah, the siding stopped. So now, I had my moment in fame, and there were now we just do Friday night flights because we have people who saw me flying during the time of the Jersey drone experience, and they're like, hey, I could watch this every night, but we do it once a week, and then you guys like it too, so I figured, hey, why not? Even though I can't do anything crazy, I just go that way and then that way and then this way and that way, and it's like, stay within visual line of sight of the drone. But apparently folks don't care, they like it, which is good, so we'll keep doing it. And I don't think I can take that part of the show on the road because I tried streaming from my phone, and I don't know, it was hit or miss, so we'll have to stay close to the Wi-Fi unless they come out with a new hotspot. I called Verizon about the hotspots, and they said that the hotspot is only as good as the area you're in. So if you're in an area with an okay connection and okay tower, signal, that's what you're going to get. So if you're paying for that little hotspot that gives you 2 gigs, whatever, upload and download, if you're here where I am, where they have signal interferences, it doesn't pay to have the hotspot because, like they said, it's only going to be as good as the area that you're in, which is a bummer. Yeah, but I think that's it. So we got our dummy 13. That's going to be his new home. Kind of cool. Let me see how he looks. And then this is the end of this stream. Try scaling him in again. Look at that. Our collection's building up. We got this one from one of our viewers/subscribers. And then this one, well, that's from me. And then who knows, maybe we'll have another one there. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'll have to get the double-sided tape for this little fella over here. Hope this video helped you in better understanding. We do have the Dummy 13 series that does work. As you can see, we have them here. We got them there. Unfortunately for us, we've had to scale them. We're not giving up just yet. Might just do scaling up on some of the parts and scaling down at like maybe a 5%. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. So that's it. This is the end of the show. Remember, we have we got our 04 ERYONE for next week, so we'll see how that flies. We got our 3D print of the week thanks to Slashy the Cow. So I have to get working on that. So once that prints, I will figure that out. Then I'll make a new video on this because I'm pretty sure there are other people that are trying to print this who can't. And thanks to the folks at Cura, couldn't have done it without them. And this is just amazing and phenomenal because now we can print. Look how thin this is, though. Look at that. It's so thin. Yeah, you can see it moving, and I could see it crash and break too. Anyway, we'll see you all next time, and ciao.